Kuhl from the future. Yeah, so basically after I recorded the video, right, Russia invaded Ukraine, and I got together with a bunch of other really talented producers, loop makers, and we recently released the Hope Charity Loop Pack. It has 67 drill and trap loops, and all the money that is being raised from the sale of this kit is being donated to the Ukrainian military effort to help them, fight off the invaders and protect their homes, their families, their livelihood, all that stuff. The kit is $20, but if you can't afford that, use code Ukraine50, and you can get it for $10. So that's like 70 loops for $10, and it's going to a good cause. So why not go and support the cause? Link to that is going to be in the pinned comment. And in the case that peace talks do conclude between Russia and Ukraine, we will shift the donations from the military effort to civilian efforts that will help relieve people over there. So didn't mean to take a dark turn, but if you want to help support Ukraine and get some really fire loops, like swear to God, like most of the stuff, like 95% of the stuff in this kit I would use. So definitely go check it out. What's going on, everyone? It's your boy, and welcome back to another video today. Today we're going to be taking a look at how to make an Arabic-inspired drill beat like Fizzler and M1llionz. So the first thing we're going to take a look at for making an Arabic-inspired drill beat is the melody. I got a melody here that I loaded in, and to be 100% honest, most of the time the melodies are samples. Like, people will go on YouTube, look up like Arabic vocals or something, or look up some Arabic song, and then they'll just chop it up. This one is actually a loop from my latest loop kit called Faithful, where I create everything from scratch. So if you want to follow along, get some Arabic loops like that, link to that is going to be in the description and in the top right corner. But yeah, let's just take a listen to this melody real quick. So yeah, that is the melody. Again, I made 100% from scratch, so no need to worry about copyright, because your boy made it. So shameless plug there. Speaking of shameless plugs, only around 3% of you guys are subscribed to the channel right now. So if you enjoy my content, want to see more, get notified when I upload, go down, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's get to 5,000 subs by June. Alright, so I'm going to do a few things to the loop before I start working with it. I'm going to go in and set it on stretch. You'll notice in here too that I chopped up sections of the loop. There's this section over here, which is like a chorus section, which had like a vocal in it. And then there's this section, which is just sort of like the standard sort of loop thing. So now that I set it on stretch, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I have drums on here already, so I already picked out. So I guess we'll just won't stretch those. Now that we got that done, I'm going to mess with the pitch, probably pitch it up a little bit. I'm liking that. And you'll notice that there's a synth bass there. I'm gonna go get rid of that as well. I like to do two high passes. One that's really sharp and gets rid of like those really low subs. Another one which is more gradual, which I'll use something like that. And this one is subject to change when I put in like the 808 and the kick, depending on where those frequencies come in. Now that we got that done, I'm going to loop this first 8 bars here, and I'm going to start messing with the Countersnare, or like hat or whatever. When it comes to Arabic sort of inspired drill, it really depends. If you use like a hat, rim, Countersnare, like, each one can find its own space, depending on the other sound selection. I'm a big fan of using like a Countersnare or a rim. I don't really know what I'm talking about. It's just like a personal preference, there's no like science to it, but I picked up this sound. Let's get working. Just gonna copy and paste this pattern. Do a little few changes to it. Next I'm adding the snare. Next I'm going to move on to the 808, and I got the Opium 808 here. And since we pitch it up, I think we're in C sharp minor, if I'm not mistaken. Sort of mapped out where I want to have slides, so I'll just go back and start adding those in. Alright, let's move on to the kick now. Gonna do a little mixing with the kick and the 808 sidechain, all that stuff, and just to see if we got something that sounds good. I've got a little like bongo sort of perk here. I'm gonna use this a lot more than I'm gonna use this sort of snus perk down here, but yeah, let's just get started on that. So I want to shorten this perk a little bit. Happy accidents, man. I accidentally played that in. Sounds pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. Put a little sort of high pass filter on it to, you know, get rid of the lows, but I think it sounds cool. I'm gonna move on to that second snus perk. Alright, so something else that I grabbed is this open hat riser here. I'm gonna use this to sort of like signal transitions and stuff. Something I notice happens in sort of Arabic drill, happens in a lot of different drill, but people will put a bunch of perks at the end of sort of like 8 bars. So you notice how the perks are relatively calm. This is the perk track here. They're relatively calm until you get to the end and you're going to hear more of them. And sort of like to signify transition, build up some more energy. Alright, so I'm gonna go mix this beat and finish arranging it, and I'm gonna present you guys the final product when I'm back. Alright guys, so I finished the final beat. I'm just gonna give a quick breakdown on some of the stuff that I added. The only really new thing is this 808 pattern here. I just spiced up the 808s a little bit. When I mean a little bit, I mean like I added like 3 things to them. You know, just to give it a little variation in the second half of the chorus, as I like to do. You'll notice these patterns here, and that is just because I just split the perk pattern in half so I could, you know, have one perk on playing at one time and another perk playing on the other time. So, you know, I could have more control when it comes to arranging it. Speaking of arrangement, nothing really revolutionary about this. Intro, chorus, verse, etc, etc. You know, nothing super, you know, innovative about that. Alright, so I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna play the final beat for you guys. Hope you enjoy. So yeah guys, that was the final beat, making an Arabic inspired drill beat for M1llionz in Fizzler. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know I really didn't go over melody stuff in this one, you know, I would have loved to do it. To be 100% honest, it sometimes takes me hours to make melodies like this. So if you want a tutorial on how to make Arabic inspired melodies, 100% from scratch, no samples, drop a comment and let me know, trying to gauge interest on that. Again, this melody does come from one of my free loop kits, Fateful, which just dropped last week. Go get that, link in description. Also going to be sending out more goodies on my email list. If you were on the email list, you wouldn't have been notified that this dropped and got the free download link, so you wouldn't have to go and do all the subscribing, following, all that stuff. That's also in the description if you want the kits just directly emailed to you whenever I drop them, plus other stuff. You can definitely go down and subscribe. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Drop a like, comment, all that jazz, algorithm, blah blah blah. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.